Under my skin there's a shade that shines, never sleeps, never rises. Under my feet there's a road to walk, dirt covers my chest.
So we're here on the Rio Irigoyen, located on the southeast coast of Tierra del Fuego, and it's highly regarded as one of the island's primary sea trout rivers. The journey down the exposed Patagonian coastline is in itself epic, and there's a true sense that when you arrive at World's End Lodge, that this remote fly fishing operation, located on the lower section of the river, very much justifies its name.
The river's far more narrow than I expected. Your fly casting has to be accurate. It has to be accurate to the environment, which is the lies that the sea trout are lying in are log jams. Now they sit above the water and they sit below the water. Below the water are the physical lies.
And so, oh, and so so, oh, and so you wait. Under my skin there's a shade of the charm.
We've been so fortunate to be invited down here to World's End Lodge. When we arrived, Diego talked us through the tactics on this river, and first thing he said was we need at least 20-pound nylon. And the reason for this is, you're hooking a fish within a log jam. You need to be able to stop that fish instantly and to be able to pull it into the bank to gain control straight away. The sea trout range in sizes. We've caught fish from £3 up to £20. Generally we're fishing away from the pools. You're either on your hands and knees or you're a minimum of a rod's length away from the water. Casting from a distance with a low profile, being very, very careful not to spook the pool. So there's a very targeted, planned approach to the fishing here.
So the surrounding landscape on the Irigoyen is unlike anything I've ever seen in the 20 years that I've been coming to Patagonia. There's a lot of forestation, but there's a lot of dead forestation caused by a big storm many years ago. But it just makes this the most dramatic landscape to fly fish in.
One of the highlights of fishing at World's End Lodge is you can fish from the upper reaches right the way down to the river mouth and in the estuary. You've got a very, very narrow pinch point of where the estuary and the sea comes in and meets the mouth of the river. So one of the interesting things about fishing down at the Boca was whilst we were fishing for sea trout, we came across the robalo. As we know, it's sea bass. We're fishing for them in the surf just as the tide was coming in, getting them coming into the bottom itself, and then into the sea pools, 2 or 3 sea pools that they have. And you'd follow the sea trout and the robalo as they come up into the estuary and into the sea pool.
So we're almost to the end of what has been another tremendous day on the river system, and it's just as the light begins to fade into the evening sunset that the pools seem to come alive on the Irigoyen. Before darkness descends to bring closure to the day's fishing session, you are presented with this small window of opportunity to hook a big double-figured sea trout in runs that are often no wider than a few metres wide.